Hi, everyone. So I know we're at 12 noon. Thanks for joining. We're just going to give it another 30 seconds or a minute or so to see if anyone else will be joining us. So we'll just sit here for a couple of seconds and let everyone else join, and then we'll get started. No, I saw a few people join. Okay. We're now at 12:01. So I think I will get started. Just a quick note to everyone. Thank you for joining us. The session is being recorded. Um, Please rest assured the only thing that is shared on the recording is who's speaking and, of course, my presentation slides. But we're just doing this for anyone who reaches out who wanted to attend this afternoon and was unable to. So just keep note that we are recording. Um, yeah, so hopefully everyone can see my slide here. I'm just going to bring it up on my end. There we go. All right, so our agenda. Thank you for joining us. In case you weren't aware, I'm going to be speaking about Conestoga College's part-time human resources and occupational health, safety, and wellness programs. Um, I'm going to go into a little bit of the program details, admission requirements, that sort of thing. Presentation should take about 25 minutes or so. And the agenda is here, so you can see sort of the 5 programs I'm going to touch on, as well as a handful of micro-credentials that we offer in continuing education and part-time studies. Please know you don't have to take copious notes. Again, there is a recording that is happening of this presentation. In addition, everyone who attends will be sent the slide deck. So I'll be presenting from a few slides. You'll be sent the entire slide deck with all the information included. I do believe there are some helpful hyperlinks included in the slide deck. So rest assured you should get those this afternoon or early tomorrow morning. Also, I would like to encourage you all in attendance to please ask questions as they come up. This is relatively informal. Certainly ask questions by interrupting me or raising a hand. We also have a Q&A box. You can certainly drop your questions in that box at any point during the presentation. I will try to make a point of stopping periodically in case anyone wanted to ask questions about the material I am just covering. As well as at the very end of this presentation, if you want to hang on to the call, I would be happy to answer any questions you may have, either by dropping them into the box or by answering them in real time. I'm also joined today by my colleague Shayna, who will be doing sort of some of the answering in the chat box while I am presenting some of the information. So thank you, Shayna. Oh, very quickly, who am I? I am Crystal. I'm a support services officer in continuing education and part-time studies. My role at the college really is, first and foremost, to assist our part-time students working through our programs. So there's a handful of us in this role, and what we do, we're each given sort of a portfolio of programs. The HR and the OHSW, as well as other programs in our part-time portfolio, fall under my umbrella. And I am really just a great first point of contact for any students working through these programs. We're particularly sort of positioned to help you guys because we do also oversee sort of the day-to-day operations of these part-time programs. We schedule the courses, we plan for future semesters, that sort of thing. So yeah, but first and foremost, we do is certainly provide support students right from registration through graduation. So should you have any questions at any point during your Conestoga studies, we are, again, instead of sort of jumping into a general inbox, you can certainly reach out to a real live person. And I certainly encourage you to leverage your support services officers because we love to help. So that's me. If you're not quite a Conestoga student yet, but are considering it, let me give you a few reasons why Conestoga is a great place for your part-time studies. So whether you want to build on your existing skills for your current career, or if you're looking to pivot and do a career change, we have a number of flexible delivery options when it comes to our programs, our courses, and our micro-credentials. And we will certainly get you to achieve your educational goals, whatever they may be. So if you weren't aware, we offer a number of courses and programs that are flexible in their delivery. Vast majority are online. And again, online. So this is where you can tackle the course material from the comfort of wherever you are. So whether you're at the office, whether you're at home on your couch, whether it's in the evening, whether it's on the weekend, that sort of thing, a lot of our course delivery happens online. Of course, our course material is relevant. So our educators, including our faculty members, our instructors, our curriculum developers, they come from a diverse professional industry background, and they bring this experience to the course material and to their instruction. As well, many of our programs are connected to industry partnerships. You will very much see that when it comes to our HR courses and programs and our OHSW programs, and that these programs are built around professional designations. And this happens sort of when we partner with and work with industry leading organizations. So yeah. CE, or continuing education at Conestoga. I just want to highlight that we offer flexible, affordable, and accessible learning that fits into any stage of life. In case you didn't know, we have 88 part-time programs in our continuing ed department, as well as one full-time program. We have 93 micro-credentials, and I'll speak to what micro-credentials are in a little bit, as well as 1,667 courses. Offered through CE and part-time studies at Conestoga. So lots available to you. I do encourage you to explore our websites. And we're ever increasing sort of our part-time program offerings and courses. I don't know if there are any questions quite yet. Take a peek. Okay. So I wanted to quickly mention, before I get into the program specifics, about our asynchronous and our synchronous course deliveries. So the programs I'm about to speak about, the courses are delivered either asynchronously or synchronously, and I'll point out which is which and for which programs when I get there. I just wanted to clarify what online asynchronous courses means and what online synchronous course delivery means. So asynchronous courses is what we call sort of our fully online courses. What that means is that you are given the course material up front. There is no scheduled time to meet as a class during the week. So you are literally kind of working through the course material on your own time, whether it's 8 a.m., whether it's 8 p.m., whether it's the weekend. So it is kind of our most flexible option, asynchronous course delivery. However, it's important to note that there will be specific start dates and end dates to these courses. So our online asynchronous courses do run on a semesterly basis. So they start at the beginning of a term, they end at the end of the term. I know some people have approached me and thought that asynchronous courses, you can kind of start it whenever and it sort of wraps up whenever you get through the course material. That's not the case with these courses. And in large part, that's because there is still a real live instructor facilitating the course. So even though you're not meeting as a class every week, there is a real live faculty member who will be contributing to discussion board activities, sort of engaging the class in your online course shell, we call it, or material. This individual is obviously the person who will be there to mark your tests and assignments and that sort of thing, answer any questions you may have. So they are often engaged via the course, email, that sort of thing. They also make themselves available occasionally for like drop-in sessions, that sort of thing. I just want to highlight the fact that there is still a real live instructor behind these asynchronous courses. And all of this is to ensure that our courses are engaging throughout the term. They keep our students on track, that sort of thing, while offering maximum flexibility. So that's an asynchronous course. An online synchronous course means there will be a weekly meet time where you meet as a class and you get sort of a lecture from your instructor. So there's kind of this class time scheduled every week. Think of a traditional college class. Um, The only difference is this happens online. So you'll be meeting with your class via Microsoft Teams, and you'll be receiving your instruction from your professor online. For our part-time programs and the programs I'm going to speak about, these classes are always scheduled in the evening. And again, that's meant to work around perhaps working professionals, those people who may have full-time obligations during the day, that sort of thing. Our classes are scheduled in the evening online. So again, you can sort of tackle them from the comfort of your house or the office, that sort of thing. So just distinguishing between asynchronous and synchronous course delivery. So the first program I'm going to launch into is our Human Resources Certificate Program. So this is a 10-course online certificate program that prepares learners for a career in human resources, and it provides formal foundational knowledge in the frameworks, principles, and best practices routinely employed by HR professionals across all industries. So this is a certificate program that's delivered online synchronously. And the biggest appeal of this particular program is that it is literally built around the HRPA's professional designations. So, very quickly, I'm going to speak about the HRPA, which is the Human Resources Professionals Association. It is a designating body, so it's not associated with the college, it's an industry sort of recognized organization, and it bestows these two very well-known universal professional designations within the HR industry field. It's the CHIRP, or the Certified Human Resources Professional, and then the Certified Human Resources Leader designations. These designations are very much sought after by many students entering or sort of progressing through the HR industry. So they are very appealing to a lot of people who are looking to sort of their employment marketability. So if they're getting out there into the HR industry, they're really looking to gain these particular designations. Why this program at Conestoga is particularly appealing is that it qualifies you to write the knowledge exams, sort of administered by the HRPA in order to get the designations. So if you go to the HRPA website, you'll see that the biggest qualifier in order to qualify for these designations is to have formal education in 9 specific subject areas relevant to HR. This program has 10 courses. 9 of those courses are literally built around the formal subject matters that the HRPA has identified. And the 10th course is an employment law course, which isn't included in those 9 subject areas, but there is an employment law exam that is administered by the Human Resources Professional designation. All this to say is if you were to take the certificate program, it would set you up to qualify for these professional designations in addition to giving you an academic credential from Conestoga College. The college also has an excellent standing in partnership with the HRPA. Our courses are routinely vetted to ensure that it really is quite simple for an individual with this particular graduation from this program to apply to the HRPA because they would simply submit their transcript. And again, that's because the college has a great working partnership with the HRPA. And this program is a great way to set you up to pursue those designations. Again, I'll point out it's 10 courses in length, online synchronous course delivery. So this means that you will be attending class and receiving instruction weekly online, should you choose, because there are online asynchronous delivery of equivalent courses for this program. You can complete this program fully online asynchronously by taking the equivalent courses via our partners on Ontario Learn. Again, if you have any questions, of course, my contact information will be at the end of this presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Maybe I'll pause here. Anyone wanted to ask in real time? No? Okay. The admission requirements for the Human Resources Certificate Program is Ontario Secondary School Diploma or equivalent, or simply be 19 years of age or older. So I'll quickly point out this certificate program is what you would consider, because it's a certificate program, an undergraduate credential. So because of that, there's minimal admission requirements. It's also a great program that if you were a little hesitant to maybe bite off the whole program, you can actually enroll in these courses without being registered in the program. That is due to the minimal admission requirements. But I pointed out because if you might think sort of joining a whole program is a little overwhelming, you could take one course in this program just to give it a shot. You don't need to be in the program in order to take a course. And it'll kind of give you a good idea of what learning at Conestoga would be like, what pursuing this particular program and credential would be like. So yeah, I just point that out, that you can start taking courses in the program without being registered in the program. I will highlight, though, there are certain advantages to being registered in the program, so applying to the whole program. One of those is that you would get sort of personalized, customized, proactive support from me. So students registered in the program are added to what we call my student matrix. I literally follow your progression throughout the program. It informs my decision making on which courses I offer when, because I kind of take a snapshot of what my students in the program need. That sort of thing. You will obviously be required to be in the program in order to graduate from the program. However, kind of a unique aspect to the Human Resources Certificate program is you could take one course or two without actually being in the program, just to get a feel for if the program and HR is kind of what you're interested in. The next program I'm going to highlight is our Human Resources Management Graduate Certificate program. So even though it sounds similar, this is the Human Resources Management program. It's a graduate certificate program, and so what that means is it's a graduate credential. So you'll see in the next slide that there are admission requirements for this particular program, and again, it's reflective of being a graduate level credential. This program is 12 courses in length, and it's kind of geared towards those who may not necessarily be new to HR and are looking to pursue higher level positions such as management in HR. So think of somebody looking to enter the field at sort of a middle or upper management role, or interested in policy development and research. The courses in this program go into more detail and sort of have more breadth and depth in the topics relevant to HR than the certificate program, which I highlighted before. Again, similar to the certificate program, however, it does qualify you to pursue those two designations because, again, our courses have been vetted by the HRPA. You'll see that this is a 12-course program, so it gives you a little more meat in terms of those HR relevant topics. But I know the students who pursue this particular program, they put sort of equal weight on getting the professional designation as well as obtaining the academic credential. So again, just highlighting that it's a graduate certificate, so it puts it at sort of that graduate academic credential level. So yeah, so my students are kind of motivated by sort of those both motivations. All courses in this program are delivered fully online asynchronously. So there's no synchronous component to this program. All courses are fully online asynchronous. Again, that means you're not meeting each week with your class. You're just sort of tackling the course material on your own time. But again, we have industry professionals that are faculty that will be facilitating each of these courses. And I should point out, you have up to 5 years to complete all 12 courses in the program. Admission requirements for the Human Resources Management Grad Cert is a previous 2 or 3 year diploma or degree from an accredited institution. And again, this is kind of reflective of it being a graduate level credential. However, in part-time studies, we would like to obviously offer the opportunity for individuals who have professional experience in the field to be able to join the program, even if they don't meet this academic threshold. So if you're an individual who does not have a degree or diploma, however, you've been working in an HR adjacent role for the last 5 or more years, you would certainly be considered for the program. You would fill out an application much like anybody else, but you would include your resume as sort of instead of a transcript when applying to the program. So I just want to point out that if you're keen on pursuing this academic credential in this program, however, you worry that you don't have a previous degree or diploma, I would encourage you to apply, certainly if you have that professional experience under your belt. And I'll pause again. It's a quiet bunch today. If anyone has any questions you'd like to ask. Okay, I'll move on. So another program we have in our continuing education and part-time studies department is a brand new certificate program. It's the Employee Benefits and Retirement Professional program. This is sort of more specified within the HR field. So it's kind of geared towards those who are interested in total rewards and employee benefit packages. There is certainly a need in industry and in the HR profession for individuals who have specialized knowledge in this particular field. And we're really excited about this program, A, because it's new, and B, because we have a new partnership with the International Foundation of Employee Benefits Plans, or the IFEPB. And again, the other added benefit is that these courses in this program lead to a designation. So if you are sort of looking to set yourself apart, perhaps in the HR employment market, or you have a keen interest in employee benefits and retirement packages, this would be a great program for you. It's only 5 courses in length. They are delivered online synchronously. It's a certificate program, but again, it is built around the curriculum provided by the International Foundation of Employee Benefits Plans, and it allows you to pursue the Group Benefits Associate designation, the Retirement Plans Associate designation, or the overarching Certified Employee Benefits Specialist designations. Again, the designations themselves are not bestowed by the college. They are bestowed by this leading industry organization. However, the program itself sets you up to be able to write those exams, gain those designations, in addition to earning a credential from Conestoga College. Admission requirements, it's very minimal, again, so secondary school diploma or be 19 years of age or older. Okay, I'm going to touch on another graduate certificate program. This is our Career Development Professional program. So this is very much HR adjacent role. So it's a 14 course online graduate certificate program for a dynamic people-centric role in career development sector. So career development professionals provide information, advice, and guidance related to career exploration, human resources, skills acquisition, job search strategies, and organizational behavior. So graduates from this particular program will have the skills necessary to enter or advance in employment as employment advisors, resource specialists, job developers, and career management professionals. So again, another professional designation associated with this program. So the program may appeal to practitioners working in the field or looking to work in the field who want to gain the Certified Career Development Practitioner designation. So this program leads you to master sort of the 16 key competencies that are required in order to complete the CCDP examination. Again, this program is 14 courses in length and it's delivered online asynchronously. So there's no weekly scheduled class time. And courses must be completed within 5 years of acceptance into this program. Admission requirements for the career development professional: previous degree or diploma, or have 5 or more years working in an HR or career advising role. So again, sort of highlighting that we will consider professional experience. Okay, so occupational health, safety, and wellness graduate certificate program. Again, sort of another industry adjacent to HR. This is a 13 course online graduate certificate program, and it's sort of focused on a body of knowledge and the skills required to monitor and assess the safety of people in complex working environments. So students will explore the management skills required to lead development, implementation, and evaluation of workplace safety, health, and wellness programs across all sectors of industry. So another designation. So, Canadian Registered Safety Technician certification is offered by the Board of Canadian Registered Safety Professionals. And again, this program sets you up to pursue that certification. The program itself actually exceeds what is required in order to pursue the certification, which again, by completing the program, would make you particularly appealing in the employment market because you would have that added breadth of knowledge in addition to setting you up to pursue that certification. So this is an excellent program. The program itself consists of 13 online courses. They're a mix of online asynchronous and online synchronous delivery. So, of the 13 courses, I'm not entirely sure of the breakdown, but you will encounter sort of a mix. So, some courses will be delivered asynchronously, and some of the courses will be delivered synchronously, so requiring you to attend class online. However, if you're looking to explore maybe asynchronous equivalent courses, again, that's where somebody like me would step in. You'd certainly reach out to me and we can kind of work out a plan for your program progression and completion. And again, the courses in the program should be completed within 5 years of registering. And admission requirements, because it's a graduate academic credential, that would be the previous diploma or degree, or have professional experience working in the health and safety field. Any questions?
Hi, Crystal.
Again,
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey, you're doing a great job. I appreciate the delivery on this. But I do have a
Okay,
question.
go for it.
I have 10 years experience in occupational health and safety. I'm a certified member, level 1 and 2. I worked for General Motors in the industrial field for over 21 years. Unfortunately, I lost my job due to the plant closure in Cami in Ingersoll, if you're
Okay.
aware of that.
Yes, we
But
are.
yeah, so I want to make this real quick because I know that you have your delivery to finish up, but I was a little bit frustrated and taken back. I had already obtained a firefighting certificate. I know it's a 1.5 year program through Conestoga. I completed that in 2004.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. The school won't accept that as being a graduate certificate in order for
Okay.
me to get into the full time program. However, that is my goal, and that's where I want to get to because I'm 45 years old, and I don't have the time of a potential part-time program that goes up until 5 years to complete
Yep.
the occupational health and safety wellness program, which is really my goal. So,
Yep.
if you want to discuss this over the phone, I would appreciate that. I can send you my phone number.
Yeah.
But I just would like to have some clarification as to why it's acceptable to show 5 years of professional experience rather than having a graduate certificate. If they both mean the same thing, where you can be accepted into either the part time or the full time,
Yep.
with having either or, I don't know why I'm getting a dead end, but
What on the full-time side?
yes,
Um, so very in full transparency, so I can't speak to specifics about the full-time program. My body of knowledge is the part-time program. Um, so why specific? I don't know. And Shana, you're welcome to pipe up. I will say this: we advocated for the professional experience threshold on the part-time side. Again, given our sort of mandate of our department of providing upskilling and career progression opportunities for individuals, whereas that agenda may not be the same on the full-time side, or they might be beholden to more stricter, and I don't want to weigh into the weeds here, more beholden to stricter sort of ministry mandated stipulations, and that's why their admission requirements are more stringent. What I want to offer to you, Colin, very quickly, is it seems like you're motivated to complete the program quickly.
absolutely, 100%.
So it doesn't matter if you're a part-time status student or a full-time status student, you want to get the program done in 8 months.
And at the current time, I'm laid off, so I have all the time in the world. I want to finish it as quickly as I can because I want to eventually write my CRST, and then
Yep.
actually go for my CRSP. So I
Let's
have long.
connect.
Yep. Okay.
Because what I really quickly want to offer you is it might be possible, I'd have to crunch the numbers, but be able to offer enough of the courses part-time. What you would
Okay.
essentially need to take is 7 courses each semester. You would be registered as a part-time student, so you would meet that admission threshold.
Okay.
However, I'm going to make available to you, it might be a seat in a section that's running for full-time students, but see if I can get you basically 7 courses in semester 1 and 7 courses in semester 2 and get you through.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Let's connect
Honestly,
later.
yeah, we can chat later. I'm sorry to take up your time.
Yeah, no, please don't. I don't know how much information you want to share on the recording,
Yeah,
but
yeah, we'll talk later. No problem. I appreciate your answer.
no problem. Yeah, we'll connect. Whether you send me an email, my contact information will be included. But yeah, it'll be a great discussion. That's a
Excellent.
great
Thank you.
question, and it actually highlights kind of the role Shana and I hold at the college, in that these very unique situations come up. We're kind of attuned to the uniqueness of students working through studies part-time and sort of life circumstances and that sort of thing. And that's literally our job, is to sort of work through working with you in order to get you to your goals the best way we can. So
Thank you
great.
so much. We'll chat
No
soon.
problem.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, I might move on. Let's see here. So I'm almost done here. I'm gonna touch on micro credentials. So for those who may not be aware, micro credentials kind of hone in on a specific skill set that we see a particular industry need for. So these are informed by working professionals, industry leaders. They've come to the college and they say, you know what, we need more people with this particular skill set. Micro credentials are sort of these short, condensed, they're not programs, but you can think of them as tiny little programs because they're often 2 to 5 courses in length. Often the courses are condensed, meaning that they are maybe 7 weeks in delivery, that sort of thing. But they're a great way to sort of dip your toe into areas in industry with sort of a low stakes commitment or obligation. They're also a great way to set yourself apart in the employment market because, again, they are sort of an acknowledgement that you have learned a particular skill set that employers are looking for. So we offer, I think the slide right at the beginning said 93 micro credentials. We have a lot. I encourage you to explore, but I'm going to highlight a few that are sort of HR, CDP, OHSW relevant. And again, like I said, it's a great way to either dip your toe in, or it's a great way to sort of set yourself apart by sort of learning these very sort of specific but in-demand skills. Um, I should note too, you don't have to sign up for the whole micro credential. Again, that's why it's kind of low stakes. You literally just take the courses in the micro credential as they come up. Once you complete all the courses, you then obtain your certificate. So very quickly, creating accessible digital documents. This is a micro credential. It consists of 3 courses. The courses are only 7 weeks in length. It's all fully online, asynchronous. Why this is pretty keen is that it highlights the accessibilities for Ontario's Disability Act criteria around creating digital content that is accessible and inclusive. So this is particularly important to HR, office admin, really team leaders in general, anyone who's sort of public facing or stakeholder facing. We live in a digital world, and it's kind of behooving of us to create accessible, inclusive digital documents. And this micro credential would be a great way to learn those skills. The employee relocation management micro credentials. So some of you may find yourself working for a large global company, or at least a company that might have international offices, even national offices. This particular micro credential gives you the skills to work within an organization to uphold sort of the organizational objectives while also moving employees to different locations. So whether it be globally, whether it be sort of domestically within the nation, but because we live in such a global environment now and businesses do business globally, a lot of their employees sort of are moved from place to place. This individual would be keen in working in a position that assists the organization making these sorts of moves and that sort of thing. Again, a quick micro-credential, it's 3 courses, and this one does lead to particular designations from CERC, which I believe is the Canadian Employment Relocation Council. So it's worth looking at that. The Learning and Development Professional Micro-Credential. This was just created, it's brand new, by 2 very experienced professionals who work in industry. This micro-credential is for anyone who is in a position of leading teams or putting together training protocols, that sort of thing. So again, think HR or OHSW. The Learning and Development Professional Micro-Credential gives you the skills to sort of lead large groups, as well as how to create sort of learning and training environments, how to successfully lead, that sort of thing. Again, 5 courses in length. And then finally, the Supporting Employee Mental Health and Well-Being Micro-Credential. This micro-credential is geared towards individuals who are managers, supervisors, or aspiring managers and supervisors, because it really kind of hones in on highlighting the skills needed to support employees that you work with in terms of well-being. It touches on things that sort of came out of the pandemic, like remote work environments and mental health and accommodations and that sort of thing. So our sort of general working environment sort of pivoted post the pandemic, and this micro-credential certainly hones in on the skills for managers and supervisors who are looking to navigate sort of this new environment while highlighting sort of the mental health and well-being of their employees. So included on this slide is our general contact CE inbox. You are certainly welcome to email that with any inquiries. I think my contact is shared, but if you don't know where to start, that's a great one, because that inbox is actually manned by Shayna and myself and our other SSO. So yeah. Very quickly want to highlight the supports, in addition to Shayna and I, that are available to our part-time students, in particular, our Career Center. So as a Conestoga student, as a part-time student, or as a member of the public, there is a great Career Center that has a ton of resources. You can contact the center. It does everything from sort of career exploration, job exploration if you're just starting out. It'll also help you sort of plan a career trajectory. It also helps with resume writing, CV writing, that sort of interview skills. Lots of resources available to you through our Career Center. If you don't know where to start, that might be a great place. So yeah, please leverage those services. And again, just want to highlight at Conestoga, we are here to support you. Certainly as a part-time student, again, recognize that your circumstances and situations are all different and unique. And that, yeah, of course, you have a department here and individuals who are here to support you. So please know that you have a support services officer, a great first point of contact at the college that can help you from everything through registration, program planning, what to do if you have to take a break, that sort of thing, graduation, and so on. Our faculty team, so we have a faculty roster that teaches into our programs that, again, are oftentimes still working in industry. So our industry professionals, so they bring that breadth of knowledge and current knowledge to the table and to the classroom. So they are highly dedicated, highly motivated. Whether you take asynchronous courses, synchronous courses, you'll have a knowledgeable faculty member there to support you. And finally, IT and tech support. So online can be a little bit daunting if everything happens sort of via the web and online materials and platforms and that sort of thing. Please know at Conestoga, we have a very responsive IT and tech support team here. We also have a number of resources available to you, self-help, troubleshooting guides, that sort of thing. And to help you navigate any of those resources, of course, you can come back to the support services officer and we'll point you in the right direction. And finally, registration is open for January. So it opened November 3rd. So registration for each term generally opens 8 weeks before that term starts. The term starts January 12th, so it's a little bit later this year. You do have up until the first week of classes to register. So even if you do procrastinate, you do have that first full week of classes to still register for a course and join it sort of week 2. You can browse what courses are open on our website. You can register via our student portal. You can register for unrestricted courses just off the website. If you have any questions, again, please contact CE, our general inbox, or myself. I would be happy to guide you towards registering for the winter semester. Great. Thanks, everyone. I wondered if anyone had any questions about the programs I spoke about. I'm actually going to stop the recording. Might stop sharing here. And I'm just going to ask my colleague Shayna. If I press the end event button, that's just going to stop the recording, correct? No.
No, that will boot everybody out.
And
There's an option. I'll go stop the recording. I can do that right now.
I think I figured it out.